What is up? Happy Friday. We're doing something a little bit different. I get asked all the time, Sam, what's your favorite anime of all time? And to answer that, I don't really have one. Okay, I probably got a solid 10 that I think is really, really good. Let's talk about it. That way I can answer the question forever. And it does always kind of change and fluctuate, so you will get different answers depending on when you ask me. But here, as of 2023, end of March, going into April, are my favorite animes. Kicking it off with my all-time classics, we're talking Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star. Now, those are 3 different series, all a trifecta, all late 90s space anime, okay? So you can tell the genre we're getting into. Trigun is a bit more lovable, a bit more fun. Vash's Stampede, he is the humanoid typhoon, has an insane bounty and everyone wants to come after this guy, but he's a lovable outlaw. Pop on over, opposite side of the spectrum, Cowboy Bebop, a gang of bounty hunters. That's all. And Cowboy Bebop, you have had to have heard of the first 2 before. Okay, Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, they are classics of their times. You have to have heard them before. I highly recommend the movie for Cowboy Bebop because it is so good. I used to have that movie on my PSP. That's how old I am. Now, Outlaw Star, I feel like, doesn't nearly get as much love as the other 2. Now, this one is also about a crew who goes into space looking for a mysterious treasure. This features pirates, outlaws, anything you could think of that could happen in space. This features it in this series. It is very, very good. If you have seen 2 of the 3 of these, watch the other one. I promise you will not be disappointed. I love all 3 of these series very dearly, so those are my top 3 for sure. Let's move down. We're talking Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Totally different, totally left side. Now, I did not think I was going to like this one as much as I did. All right, I thought for sure. I watched Anohana. I thought that was so boring. I was still bawling at the end of it, but I would never watch Anohana again. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. I think it has 2 seasons and a movie. Oh my God, so good. So good. The simple and short explanation is it's about this guy who he all of a sudden starts to see this girl dressed in a bunny girl outfit, which, as you know, I don't get the hype behind that. He's the only one that can see her. Nobody else can see her when she's wearing the bunny girl outfit. So he starts to help her figure out what's happening. They, of course, fall in love, and it goes from there. It's not like your stereotypical love story. Like, if you don't like slice of life, you're not going to like it. I was completely enthralled all the way through. I highly recommend giving this a shot, even if that's not normally your thing. Let's go other side of the spectrum now. Beelzebub. All right, a classic. It is about a delinquent high school student who comes into possession of a demon king's son named Beelzebub. And he has to raise this little baby, take it to school with him. It is a comedy shonen, okay? Now, that being said, it does fall off a little bit at the end. I'm going to give a fair warning there. But I thought it was one of the funniest series I have ever seen. Ever. And I have recommended this to people before. And so, to be fair, I have been told that some of the running gags, they get overplayed. All right? And I'm willing to admit that. But I had such a good time watching this series. I loved it all the way through. I highly recommend Beelzebub. Let's talk equally funny. And let's take a mixture of sad. Okay? Assassination Classroom. Holy crap. I love Assassination Classroom. I recommend it to everybody. It was one of the few series my girlfriend had already seen before we started dating. It is so good. If you've not seen it, what's wrong with you? First of all, it's about a space alien creature that shows up, and all of a sudden he demands that he wants to teach this class. He wants to be their teacher. He wants to show them how to do everything. And the whole point of the class is if these kids can kill me before the class is up, I will not destroy the world. Easy. That's all. It will have you laughing. It will have you crying. It will have you loving all the characters. They do such a good job making you love every single student that is part of this. I highly recommend it, more so than probably anything on this list. If you've not seen it, please watch Assassination Classroom. It is very, very good. Now, I'm talking nostalgia here, and this one has a very interesting twist to it. Full Metal Panic, okay? It is a military mech anime. Not normally my thing. Really not. But when I tell you, this one is so different and so good, I can't understate that. You have to give it a shot, and I highly recommend. There's a filler season. Now, I know, listen, there's a lot of bad news about fillers. Nobody likes watching fillers. Full Metal Panic, Fumoffu. Complete filler, all right? But it is the funniest filler you will ever see in your life. It is a whole season, and it totally changes characterizations in a good way to make it so funny. If you've ever seen Moggy Brilliant Park, the little bear mascot comes from that filler arc. It is hilarious. I highly recommend checking it out. I'm going to hit you with another double. I'm going to hit you with twofer. We're talking Trigger stuff. We're going Kill I Kill and Gurren Lagann. Okay? You have to love both of those. If you are a male who watches anime, you have to watch Gurren Lagann and Kill I Kill. You just have to. That's just Bible of the anime. You have to watch those two. they still hold up incredibly well, especially Gurren Lagann. The music from both the series, I think, really brings it home. They both have two very iconic songs that get played throughout the series, and they are just so good. So good. If you haven't noticed a trend yet, I like stuff that's done. Okay? Simply put, I like for it to be a completed story. Speaking of one that just completed, Mob Psycho 100. Now, this one I'm gonna absolutely crap on the moment we start talking about it. It is very slow to get into. I'm talking both season 1 and season 2. Season 3 just finished as well. Season 1, season 2. There's a similar setup where he's going, you little mob coon. He's a sidekick. He's trying to go through his everyday life. Those everyday life episodes, they could be a little bit slow, but they go places. They introduce you to characters. They build up. The payoff is so incredible and so well done. The characters, every single one that he runs across is amazing. By the time season 3 came out, I watched that whole thing one sitting. It is so good, and it is a completed story. Completed story done by the same animation company all the way through, so you're not getting no One Punch Man crap, okay? I highly recommend Mob Psycho 100. It is so good. You will love it, and you will cry, okay? And I'm talking in a good way. In a really good way. Now, we're going to finish off the list. I got a few series right on the tail end here, and these are a bit more adult, a bit more dark, but I love them personally. Let's kick it off with Black Lagoon, okay? I have to say, I've not recommended this a lot on the list. Dubs, all right? We're going back, and we're talking about dubs of these series. The dub of Trigun, very good. Everybody knows that. The dub of Cowboy Bebop, also very good. The dub of Gurren Lagann, very, very good. But there's one dub that is so freaking good, I would refuse to watch it until the dub came out. And I'm talking Black Lagoon. All right, it is an incredible show about some of the craziest characters, the hottest female character I've ever seen. It follows a Japanese businessman who eventually falls in with a group of mercenary pirates, and they do all kinds of crazy stuff. It is so entertaining, and the action scenes are so well done. You gotta check this out if you've not seen it. Similarly, if you have seen it, little asterisk here, check out Jormungand. Very good, in the same line of stuff with Black Lagoon. If you like Black Lagoon, you like Jormungand, definitely check it out. Moving, Darker Than Black, okay? Shout out to my boy Gabe. He already knows what the hype on this one is. It is such an incredible series. I'm talking season 1, okay? Now, there is a meme going around the internet where we don't talk about season 2, all right? And to be fair, I agree 100%. We don't talk about season 2. There's even a 5-episode OVA. We don't talk about that either, okay? The series takes place in a futuristic Japan where an event happens and gives all of these different people these psychic powers, but each psychic power has a weird drawback to it. Like one person has to break a finger every time he uses it. And it is so good. The main character, the way that he fights is so unique. You have to watch it. It's one of my favorites of all time. I want to go around and watch it again. Maybe I'll watch it with a girlfriend coming up. Very, very good. And if you are feeling risky, you can go ahead and watch the second season. But I promise you, it will let you down in every single way. It will add nothing to your experience of Darker Than Black. So watch the first season. 10 out of 10 experience, for real. Now, we're ending the list with one of my surprise favorites, and I still love it to this day. Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. Okay? I went and I watched this first. There is a Ghost in the Shell movie, which is the classic. That's the one that Scarlett Johansson remade as a Hollywood movie, okay? This is the series. I'm talking 2D animated series. We're not talking about the Netflix thing. I'm not even seeing the CG one, okay? This series, the writing is so good. So good. The animation is so amazing. You will have to love it. I guarantee you. You follow a cyborg counterintelligence agency in a world where all these people have access to implants. Hey, if you like cyberpunk, that's probably sounding very familiar. And because everybody has these access to moving their brains to different bodies and getting cybernetic implants, also the criminals have it. So you follow them as they try to take down these criminals, and the twists and the turns and all of the characters of the support team that is with her is so good. I highly recommend watching all of the seasons. There's multiple seasons to this, and it's very brutal. If you've watched the movie for Ghost in the Shell, and it can be the Scarlett Johansson version or the classic one where the animation is really good, I promise you, the story in the series is so much better than the movie. That might be a hot take, but I went back and I watched the movie after I watched the series, and I was like, if I had watched the movie first, I would have never touched the series. Just straight up, I wouldn't have watched it. So those are my favorite for sure. If you want to throw the little asterisk on, if you're looking for some anime movies, Summer Wars, Your Name, Weathering with You, Promare. Okay? Those, all 4 of them, you'll have no problem showing that to anybody. Those are fantastic movies. Let me know some of your favorites in the comments down below. I'm going to follow this up with a video about the best anime for beginners after, Michael B. Jordan is just throwing out the longest anime in the world. So make sure you leave a like and subscribe. If you haven't seen any of these before, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.